All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the sports betting apps you use all the time. But we're not talking about picks or parlays. Nope, we're diving into the deep, technical rulebook that controls every single tap and every single wager you make. Let's follow the journey of one bet and really see the rules of the game.
I mean, you ever really think about it? When you place a bet, it feels like magic. It's just instant. But behind that one simple tap is this whole complex journey, and it's all governed by a super strict set of rules. Rules that are there to protect you and the game itself. So we're going to follow the life of a single bet right from the moment you sign up to the second your winnings, hopefully, hit your account.
You know, every solid building starts with a blueprint, right? Well, for the entire sports betting world, their blueprint is one single, incredibly important document. And this is it. It's called GLI-33. The easiest way to think of it is as the ultimate instruction manual for building a betting app. Seriously, it's a global standard that basically takes all the best rules from regulators all over the world. We're talking Nevada, the UK, you name it, and puts them in one place. It sets the absolute minimum requirements for everything we're about to talk about. It's the reason why, no matter what app you use, they all share this core foundation of safety and fairness. So what's the point of this giant rulebook? Well, it really just boils down to these three big ideas. First, fairness. You have to know the game isn't rigged. Second, security, making sure your personal info and your money are locked down tight. And third, integrity, which just means the whole system can be checked and double-checked by outsiders to prove it's trustworthy. And here's the most important part. These rules, they're not for the company. They're for you. Okay, so let's see how this stuff actually works in the real world. We'll start at the very beginning, creating your account. This is way more than just picking a username. This is security layer number one. Getting your account going is a journey with some mandatory checkpoints. First, you give them your details. Then, the system gets to work verifying who you are, and, this is a big one, that you're actually old enough to be betting. That step, totally non-negotiable. After you click agree on the terms, and only then, your account finally goes live. It's a very deliberate process, all designed to keep things secure and legal from the get-go.
Now, this is really interesting because it shows that security is basically a partnership. It's a two-way street. On your side, you've got to keep your password safe, report anything that looks weird, and set your own limits. But on the system side, it's required to have things like multi-factor authentication, and it has to lock your account if someone tries to log in too many times. It's a shared responsibility, for sure.
All right, your account is all set up and ready to go. Now for the main event, placing that bet. The moment you tap that confirm button, a whole bunch of security checks kick off in the background. And this is the big one, geolocation. Because betting is legal on a state-by-state basis, the system absolutely has to know, without a doubt, that you are physically inside the borders of a legal state. There are zero exceptions. If it can't confirm where you are with a really high degree of confidence, that bet is getting rejected. Period. So how in the world does it know where you are? Well, it's not just one thing. Your phone is actually using a whole cocktail of technologies all at once. It's pulling super precise data from GPS satellites, it's looking at Wi-Fi networks around you to triangulate your position, and it's checking which cell towers you're connected to. All of that data gets combined to create one solid location check. And at the same time, it's constantly on the lookout for red flags, like if you're trying to use a VPN to fool it. And this right here perfectly shows a rule that's all about protecting the player. Before any of your money is actually on the line, the rules demand that you get one last chance to look everything over and confirm it. That little confirmation screen that pops up, that's not just some nice feature, it's a requirement. It's there to stop you from making accidental bets and to make sure you're always in control. Okay, so the bet is in, the game is over, now what? Well, the final parts of a bet's life, figuring out the result and paying out the winners, are just as regulated as everything else. Now, for real sports, it's simple. The system uses official data straight from the leagues to settle bets. But you've probably seen this other thing popping up now, virtual sports. They look like real games, right? But underneath, they are completely different. The winner of a virtual horse race isn't decided by a real horse. It's decided by a highly tested, certified random number generator, or RNG. This table really makes the difference crystal clear. A real game has a million variables. A player gets hurt, it starts raining, whatever. Virtual sports, that's pure math. It's all driven by that RNG and a statistical model. And for any of these virtual games to even get approved, that RNG has to go through insane levels of testing to prove that it is truly, genuinely random and fair.
So, the bet is settled, and fingers crossed, you won. But the system's job still isn't done. A huge piece of this whole puzzle is about constant monitoring and auditing to make sure everything stays secure day after day, year after year.
See, to even keep their license, these companies have to go through regular, super detailed audits. And you can see here, this isn't just a quick peek at their finances. Auditors go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, from how they handle your wagers, to the security on your account, all the way down to their deep technical defenses.
And at security, it's a 24/7 gig. It's not a set-it-and-forget-it deal. The system is actually required to run a self-check on its most important software every single day, just to make sure nothing's been messed with. And that's all happening while other systems are constantly scanning for hackers. Firewalls are blocking sketchy connections, and they're even hiring their own hackers, the good guys, to try and break in just to find weak spots before the bad guys do.
So what happens to the record of that bet you made? Does it just vanish? No way. The standard rule is what you see right here. A minimum of 5 years. Every single transaction, every wager, every account update, it all has to be securely stored. This creates this massive, unchangeable digital paper trail, which means regulators can go back and investigate any issue even years after it happened.
So there you have it. From that global blueprint, GLI-33, all the way to that 5-year data trail. That's the hidden machinery working behind the scenes. It's this whole complex web of rules and checks and balances, all designed for one big reason, to make sure that every time you tap that screen, you're playing on a level field. So, the next time you open that app, maybe you'll see the game just a little bit differently.